You ever have one of those days where your whole life just cracks open right in front of you, and there's no going back to how things used to be? Yeah, that was us, on a July Saturday so perfect you'd swear it was staged, sun glittering on water, the smell of cut grass in the air, and my husband Michael, grinning like a kid, easing our 6-month-old daughter Lily into the pool for the very first time. I was on the edge with my phone, catching every squeal, every wobbly kick, thinking, this right here, this is the dream, our little slice of heaven. It's funny how fast heaven can go to hell. 1 second, Lily's giggling at her own reflection in that duck-shaped swim ring. Next, a voice slices through the peace like glass under bare feet. Are you trying to baptize that thing in sewage? This isn't some muddy river in the jungle. You know? We froze. Michael's face fell. Even Lily picked up the change in the air and let out a nervous whimper. And there she was, over by the fence, a woman straight out of a bad daytime drama. 60-something, shellacked blonde helmet hair, pressed beige suit, silk blouse, like she was headed to court instead of standing in her backyard. We'd seen her before. Never a wave, just that tight, judgmental look. Her yard was so perfect you'd think Martha Stewart herself lived there. Michael tried to defuse, always been the diplomat in our house. Sorry, ma'am, but this is our daughter, Lily. We're just enjoying our pool. But Karen, and yes, what else could we call her, wasn't having it. She jabbed her finger at Lily. That thing does not belong in the water. Babies are filthy. You're contaminating the entire water table. My roses are on a delicate irrigation system. I will not have your child's filth seeping into my soil. That's when the switch flipped in me, you know? That mama bear, heart pounding. You are not coming for my kid feeling. It's a saltwater pool, I snapped. On our property. It has nothing to do with your roses. And her name is Lily. But Karen's eyes had that wild gleam, the kind that's seen too many HOA newsletters and not enough reality. I knew it from the moment you people moved in. You'd bring down the standards. First it's diapers in the pool, then loud parties all night. The words hung in the air, sticky, racist, ugly. She looked at our daughter and saw filth. She looked at our happiness and saw a threat. That's all it took for her to poison the day. Michael tried again, gentle as ever. Ma'am, our pool has a top-of-the-line filter. Lily's in a swim diaper, there's no risk to anyone. You'd think he'd offered her a shot of bleach. Swim diaper? That's just a soggy bag of poison, she shrieked. I am the chairperson of the beautification committee. What you're doing is a violation. I fired back, sharper this time. A violation of what, your delusion? There's no rule against swimming with your baby. I'm protecting my property value, she snapped. Do you know what happens when people like you do whatever you want? It ends in ruin. She didn't even flinch, saying the quiet part, loud. This wasn't about health codes. This was about us not fitting her picture of the neighborhood. Michael finally snapped, lifting Lily out of the water, facing Karen head-on. Ma'am, you are no longer welcome to speak to my family. Please remove yourself from our property line. Apparently, being dismissed was the ultimate insult. She turned red as a fire hydrant, fished out her phone, and in a venomous hiss, Oh, you think this is over? You have no idea who I am. I'm calling the police. You'll see. And she did. Right there, dialing 911. Telling the dispatcher she was witnessing child endangerment, drunk parents letting their baby drown. Laughing while she struggled to breathe. Let me tell you, I felt my knees go weak. Lily was clutching me, sobbing, feeding off my panic. Michael squeezed my shoulder, but I could feel him shaking too. We did nothing wrong, he whispered. The truth will come out. But you know how it is. Sometimes the truth gets drowned out by the first person who screams. Sirens wailed. Neighbors' blinds flickered. In minutes, squad cars blocked our house. 2 cops came through the side gate, one older, one young and tense. Karen ran up, wailing. They took the baby out of the pool when they heard you coming. They're covering it up. The older officer, Johnson, held up a hand. Ma'am, please wait in your yard. He looked us over, saw Michael in swim trunks, me clutching Lily in her pink ruffles, the duck floaty on the chair. Sir, ma'am, We received a call about a child in distress. What happened here? Michael explained. First pool day, we were with her the whole time. Karen went off, called you and lied. The younger officer's eyes flicked between us. The caller said you'd been drinking. I almost laughed. Lemonade, officer. I'm breastfeeding. They checked the pitcher, did the sniff test. Still, protocol's protocol. They separated us, asked humiliating questions about our parenting, Lily's health, what happened in the pool. Neighbors stared. Lily cried. All because a hateful woman didn't want us here. Finally, Officer Johnson came back grim but honest. It seems this was a malicious call. Your stories match. There's no sign of endangerment. But because of the accusation, we're mandated reporters. We have to file with Child Protective Services. They'll likely follow up. The floor dropped out from under me. Karen hadn't just ruined our afternoon, she sicked the system on us. She found the one accusation that terrifies any parent, especially black parents. My hands shook for days after that. Every phone call, every knock at the door, my stomach knotted. We cleaned the house like mad people, looking at everything through the eyes of a stranger. Was it safe enough? Clean enough? Would CPS see what Karen wanted them to see? The social worker, Mrs. Gable, came midweek, binder in hand, questions that dug right into our lives. She checked Lily's nursery, fridge, smoke detectors, even held Lily, who cried, of course. The lowest moment, she asked to see Lily's body, to check for bruises. I undressed my baby in front of a stranger, my hands shaking. That's what Karen's lie had done. Finally, after what felt like hours, Mrs. Gable closed her binder. You have a safe, loving home. Lily is healthy, well cared for. I'll be closing this case. Relief? Sort of. But the damage was done. We were changed. Our home didn't feel safe anymore. And Karen? She just kept living her life like nothing happened. But I wasn't about to let her get away with it. Michael, he wanted to move on, to focus on Lily, on us. But how could we? What happens next time she decides we're a threat? When I'm pushing Lily on the swing and my eyes keep darting to that fence. Heart pounding, always on edge. Michael saw it too, finally. You're right, he said one evening, taking my hand. We can't let it go. She took our peace. Only way to get it back is to fight for it. So we found a lawyer. Not just any lawyer, a bulldog named Clark. He listened to our story, took it seriously. When we told him about Karen's call, the CPS case, the lie, she just nodded. She didn't just slander you. She weaponized the system. This isn't a nuisance case. It's a civil rights violation. The case wasn't easy. Karen fought hard. Tried to play the confused old lady. Hid behind civic duty. But discovery turned up gold. Turns out, Karen's own yard had a dirty secreta-filled in swimming pool. No permits. Illegally dumped hazardous debris. Her son's construction company had handled the whole thing at night under the radar. They even paid off neighbors to keep quiet after a truck crashed into the fence. Why'd she go after us? Because a city inspector poking around our new, up-to-code pool might have discovered her hidden sinkhole, her environmental mess. Her paranoia wasn't about hygiene, it was projection, pure and simple. We brought it all out: satellite images, city permits, demolition testimony, ground-penetrating radar showing a garbage tomb under her perfect lawn. The final blow: evidence of witness tampering, hush money, and her son's business racking up environmental fines. Kevin tried to play tough, countersued us, lied to the press. But the city opened a criminal investigation. Charges came down: fraud, illegal dumping, tampering. Kevin lost his business, his freedom, everything. In the end, Karen and Kevin were forced to settle. They paid for our foundation repair, all our legal bills, a fat sum for our pain and public humiliation. But the best part, they had to print a full-page apology in the Sunday paper, confessing everything. Karen lost her home, her standing. She became a ghost peeking through blinds. Her perfect lawn fenced off, hazmat signs everywhere. Our nightmare finally over. A year later, the scars in her yard are still there, a giant pit where her secrets used to hide. But our backyard? That's laughter, grill smoke, friends, and Lily, now a wild, fearless toddler, splashing up storms in the pool that started it all. The poison is gone. This place is ours again, not because someone gave it to us, but because we fought for ithered, messy, and loud, until the truth couldn't be hidden anymore. So let me ask you, what would you have done? Would you have walked away, taken the money, or fought back, no matter the cost? Tell me below. Share your stories, your own battles for justice. Because if there's one thing I learned, it's this: sometimes you have to wade through hell to earn a little heaven. And when you do, you never take it for granted again.